No, Ty. I need 3 things you hate about Bakugo.
Let him do. Things you like about Bakugo. Let me do Dragon Ball. He's the Bakugo dude. He's the Bakugo hater.
You talk about
He's known for
Bakugo so
this.
much on
He's known for this.
He's trying to escape it.
He is known for this, though. He is known for this.
Let me. How do I point?
No, I said let's add
He's right here, bro.
No,
He's
He's
right there.
Hold on a second. Y'all.
Yeah, JJK just got too many hacks. All right, so let's go into the main topic. So basically, how this is gonna work is we're gonna have 3 things that we're gonna say about something that we hate anime wise. 3 nice things we're gonna say about something we hate anime wise, and 3 bad things that we're gonna say about something we love anime wise. We all got our anime topics. So we'll kind of go by them one by one. And if we hear something and go like, nah, that's weak, then we can veto that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. So who wants to start off?
I'll go first.
All right, Miles.
Ty should go first with his Gintama hate.
Oh Lord. So I gotta say 3 things I like, right? Okay.
Do we want to do
man.
both of them all in one sitting, or do we want to go all one and then all one again?
Oh, we just do all our hates and then all our likes, I guess.
Okay, let's do that. All our hates and all our likes.
All right, so 3 things I like about a series I do not like, which is Gintama. Well, the first thing I like about Gintama is that it's funny to some people. Not to me, but to people like Radell. I'm happy that it's funny to you, Radell. Like that to me is a good thing. So that's the other thing I like about it. If you're laughing and happy when you're watching it, I'm happy too. So I'm happy that you think it's funny,
bro.
The second thing I like that. Man, I like the character designs. They have some really good character designs. I think that the author is really good. He's really good at designing characters. Very good at designing characters. The last thing I like about Gintama, I like that it is made me feel something I've never felt before watching a series. I could tell you that much.
I'm vetoing that one. What does that mean? I'm vetoing that. What are we talking about?
Oh my gosh! Let me explain. Listen, I haven't really watched a series and felt pure rage for 200 episodes. That's rare. And I've always said this. The worst thing that you can do when someone's reading a story is not feel anything. That's a bad thing. The fact that I feel rage watching Gintama is a positive because I can feel nothing. So that's another thing I like.
How do you feel rage watching a comedy?
It makes me. Well, it's again that goes back to my first like. It's funny to some people, right? So I think those are my 3 things. It's funny to Radell, good character designs, and it makes me feel something that other series typically don't make me feel.
Oh no, man!
He's so disappointed.
I don't know, man.
He finished the story. He got the job done.
Right.
Sure. Miles, what you got, man?
We're doing hate first, right?
Yeah.
What were you nominated for?
One Piece.
Well, I thought we were doing 3 things we like.
Yeah, 3 things you like. So I changed. I put a screenshot. Let me update everybody so we're on the same page. So Miles, for you, it's 3 nice things you like about Zoro.
Oh.
Stop playing.
So wait all right. I like how he's the most, well, not anymore, but he was the most reliable member of the crew. At least in a lot of the emotional situations, he's able to rein the crew together, keep them on task, and help them understand some of the severity of a lot of the situations that they're in. I don't like Zoro, so I'm capping right now. Let me think. Yo, I hate this dude. Yo, come back to me. Please come back to me. Please.
All right.
Real.
Who wants to go next? Let me. If you don't know your thing, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, tell me what mine is.
I don't even know.
Oh! I can't wait for J-Rob. 3 things you like about Itachi.
I swear in my heart, I knew it was going to be
about Kutachi.
Yo, it's crazy because on my life, I said, I bet you it's Itachi. They about to ask me about 3 nice things about him.
Yeah, I'll let you think about it. Lonnie, random, you ready?
I mean, I could say 3 nice things about him.
I don't remember what mine were.
Okay, let me give Lonnie and randoms, and then J-Rob, you can go. Lonnie, 3 nice things you have to say about Deku,
Huh?
and then
You hate Deku?
I loathe
Yeah.
that. I can't stand that nigga.
Nigga's crazy,
I
bro.
can't stand
Yo,
Oh,
this
wait,
shit is this
if I
my
could
hero
drown-
shit. With
If I
Random
could
Bakugo,
drown a
right?
character, he
Yo,
might be
I
in
ain't
my
gonna
top
lie.
5.
My
No.
hero
I
shit, this my
changed-
hero
I
shit
changed
with you and
random.
random. I've had enough.
No,
of
I
it.
like
I've had
Bakugo.
enough.
I'm Team
Ra-
Bakugo.
Yes,
Random or
random.
Bakugo, right? Is
Yes,
Random
you
Bakugo?
getting the 50
No.
cent.
I
What you
changed
say from me,
random
folks?
because I don't want
Yes.
repeats.
No, bro. If I could just get a pillow.
Random should be
if I could just get, like, a
Bakugo.
big
No, I had to
pillow.
change it
I'm
because
grouping you. I'm
Ty,
grouping you and
I
Lonnie in
need
the
3
same
things
shit.
you hate about
Yes, random.
Bakugo.
Y'all in it together. Y'all are in this
Not
shit
just saying,
together.
if I could
That's
just
why I
snuff
had
him in
to
his
change
sleep,
it.
Ty. If I could just snuff him in his sleep.
I'll do Dragon Ball. He should do Bakugo.
No, Ty. I need 3 things you hate about Bakugo.
Let him do. He like about Bakugo. Let me do Dragon Ball. He's the Bakugo dude. He's the Bakugo hater.
You talk about
Oh,
He's
yeah.
known
Bakugo
for
so
this.
much on the, no,
He's
he's
known
trying to
for
escape it.
this.
He's trying
Yeah,
to escape.
he
it.
is
He's trying
known
to
for this,
escape
though.
it,
He
bro.
is known
He's
for this.
trying to. Let me. How do I put?
No, let's after
He's right here, bro.
No, tell
He's
me.
right there.
Hold on a second. Y'all want to hear what I hate about Bakugo or what he likes about Bakugo? Let's ask the chat. Let them decide.
I want to hear
'Cause
what
he's
Pete
the biggest
Random
hater
likes
on
about Bakugo.
Like, bro, come on, bro.
Bro,
I didn't pick it.
We've
I was
heard
prepared.
random praise Bakugo on the podcast already, though. We've heard it.
I was
We've
prepared.
heard it. We've never heard Ty say a single bad thing about
I don't
Bakugo.
hate anything about
We've
him. I'm
never
sorry, I
heard
don't.
that.
There's nothing bad about him.
I don't hate anything
See,
about him.
that's why I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it from
I don't
Ty.
hate
bro.
anything
I gotta
about
hear
him. I
it.
can't
But
answer the
why do
question.
we?
Why are
Why
you
does he have
pointing
to
at
say something
J-Rob?
bad?
Point correctly.
Because
nigga.
that's the objective. That's the objective.
But no,
See,
probably okay, all right. I can't name anything, but I'll try to. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I
You
literally
got
can't.
time. You got time, Ty. You got time to figure it out.
You got
There's
time.
things like
Random though, because you
Let
said
me do
3 nice
Dragon
things
Ball.
about Bakugo. Now I gotta think.
no, random. I think to change it up because I didn't want repeats. So to change it up, I was like random 3 nice things to say about Yuno because he hates Yuno too. He hates him
he hates
just as
Bakugo
much as
more. He hates
No, I
Bakugo
hate.
more.
I don't
I
think he
hate the
does.
fact that it was revealed that he was a royal. That's what I hate about that
You
completely
hate Bakugo
harmed
more
his
though.
character.
Why are we letting him off the hook?
He's-
But why
don't
we
look at
surprised
me.
about that?
I didn't do
Why we
nothing.
surprised, bro?
Both of you get Bakugo.
He
I
had a
think you're
fat-ass
capping because you
sapphire around
talk
his
crap
neck.
about Yuno all the
Good
time.
jewels
But
on him. He was iced
both
out as a
can have
baby.
yeah,
Why
I
don't you
mean,
go first. Why don't you go first, Riddell?
Yeah, how about you go first, Mister? We want us to find roast you boys. 'Cause
Alligator.
I really don't like shit about Itachi, bro, except his abilities.
I don't like shit
don't
about
fuck
I don't
with
like
him,
Zoro
bro.
at all. I'm not
Like,
gonna
I
lie.
actually don't have nothing nice to say about Itachi
I
as
have
a
one
character.
thing. I have one
that's
thing
the
that's
mission,
The
bro.
one
That's
thing
what
I
we
can
here
say
to do.
nice is he got cool abilities, and I wish
Y'all
they
do
would have given him
not
somebody
hate these
better.
characters more than I hate Gintama. That's impossible.
That's not
I
true,
hate
bro.
Zoro.
I hate Itachi, bro. I hate that nigga, bro.
I can give one. I think he's a reliable anchor to the crew. He's willing to step up to fight the second strongest opponent, take the biggest attack, do whatever the crew needs in a dire situation. That's all I can really give him.
Do you like
Outside
his
of that,
design?
Bro, we struggling to do 3. This is
Ashura
Nah, for
cool.
real.
Ashura cool.
Nah,
Okay,
real
that's
shit. I feel him, bro. Like, I really feel you, bro. Like, if I were to look at Itachi, bro, I would say this. You know, his Susanoo is dope.
Is Sharingan dope?
Right. You could tell for J-Rob's track.
His Susanoo is cool. I mean, I like that he got dudes. He can put you in a genjutsu all the time. At least you told your brother why you did it.
I don't like Itachi either, by the way.
I fucking do not like him, bro. Like, I'm
Did
sorry.
he
I have nothing to do-
did someone else say it and then he had to
Oh
come
my
back?
god. Oh yeah. My bad. Thank you for giving me closure. Thank you for giving Sasuke closure. That it wasn't lies. Now, can I say the things I hate about him?
No,
Can
that's
we
not
get
the
back?
exercise. That's not
Can we
the
get back to the
exercise.
hate? Can we
No,
get back
that's
to the
not the
hate?
exercise. That's not the exercise.
Can we get back to the hate?
All right, go random
This is
Bakugo.
warming my soul.
I
Go
hate
random
Itachi, bro. I
Bakugo.
really do
I
not
still
like
think
him.
random hates Yuno just as much.
Like, I hate
No,
him.
hold
bro.
on a
He's
second.
a
The
bad character to me.
reason Random hates Bakugo more because he said there's nothing he can do. I think that Yuno can be redeemable in his eyes. He said there's
Gabe, I
nothing
hate him
Bakugo can
this
do.
much, bro. I hate him this much.
Yeah, he
bro.
did say there's nothing that Bakugo could do.
Yeah, so that means he hates Bakugo more.
I'm just never gonna like him.
Exactly. So I'm not saying I'm wrong
But I
with that.
praised the man. I praised him.
No.
I've heard him
What
praise
I'm
him.
saying is that Radell said you hate Yuno more. I'm saying you hate Bakugo more because Yuno can redeem himself in your eyes. Bakugo can't.
I did.
Look, I didn't pick the people. All right, I blame
All right, go
blame
Bakugo.
Riddell.
Go
See, you
Bakugo.
ain't
No,
really
no,
know.
just
Go
do
Bakugo.
just do Bakugo. Ty wants to hear it, and I want to hear the other way. Nah, Ty, you haven't changed. I want to hear 3 things you
I
hate
ain't
about
gonna hear
Bakugo.
that. Okay.
These man's
Riddell, what about
chapter.
you? What's your picks?
I put all these in the chat, by the way, so don't blame me. But
No, I had
I don't blame you
my
at all.
thing. My original one was 3 things I like about and 3 things I hate about Rudius. Those are my 2.
So we're definitely gonna hear that Rudius one. But my 3 things I hate, I said 3 things I hate about the Black Clover, or 3 things I like about the Black Clover final arc, because I hate it. I think it's the worst shonen arc of all
You
time.
like
I
that it's
think
the
it's
worst?
terrible. Yeah, I think it's terrible. I actually don't like it at all. One nice thing I can say about it, which is a little bit of a cop out, but you know, if Ty is gonna cop out, I'm gonna cop out a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
Hey,
I'm
god!
not gonna lie.
Wow.
So the
Crazy.
very beginning with the Lucius pulling up was good. That part was good. The Lucius pulling up to Asta confessing, it not working. All that was entertaining. After that, oh my goodness. But okay, so that was one thing. Another thing I like about the Black Clover final arc, let me think. This is I actually I forgot to prepare for this. I'm gonna be honest. I like the art. Another cop out. I'll stick with it. I like the art of Black Clover. Of course, the art is good. You know, usually Yuki Tabata cooking, using it. And another last thing that I like about the Black Clover final arc is
Yes.
um
And this MFer was pushing us to find nice things to say. Lord have mercy.
hey,
I
it's
was
coming,
thinking-
it's coming, it's coming.
It's
All
coming.
right, last nice thing I can say about the Black Clover final arc is I like that now, because it's every 6 months, I don't have to see it all the time. To be honest, you know, I like that as well.
So everybody just
That is
copying.
not a
out.
good
That's what
one.
we're doing?
That is not a good one at
Yeah,
all.
that
You
was
let
trash.
Ty
That
say
was
I
trash.
like how it made me
That
feel a
shit.
different emotion. You know what? You know what?
I do. I'm being so serious about that though.
But because it's every 6 months, I can like calm down, read it, and like
Come up with something
digest
Riddell.
it, and
That's a
and then
cop
wait
out.
another
That's
6
a
months.
cop out. We got another
Wow.
veto.
You know, like has done anything you like?
I'll be honest, Neverland still doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't make sense to me when he did it. Still doesn't make sense to me now. And
It's a power of friendship shit. You don't like power of friendship?
who do you think I am, bro?
It's in every manga you read. What do you mean?
Facts.
Yeah. And I don't like how they did it for So okay. Another thing that I like. Let me think. Another thing I like. I like how
He's capping. He's about to cap.
Jesus. I like
Bro, it's just taking a long time, bro. What's up with you?
nah, I'm getting exposed. I'm getting exposed a little bit.
You are
I'm
getting exposed right now. You're cooked, frying pan, deep
cooked a
fried.
little bit. I like I like the devil abilities that some of these devils that possess the archangels. I like that a little bit, even though I there's a lot that I hate about certain things, but I like for example, Damnatio had the atmosphere ability. That was pretty cool. I'm like, I like these devil abilities, even though he didn't really do anything with it when he got it. I mean, it didn't really mean much, but I like that, you know. So that's my third one.
All right. I guess I'll be the person
I
that
guess.
tries to take this actually seriously. Am I doing or Bakugo?
Doing Bakugo.
Okay.
I said 3 serious stuff. What do you mean?
Well,
said
yeah,
2.
sure.
Wow.
Me and Miles are the only ones who are taking this seriously.
Well,
I will say this. I haven't heard you, Lonnie, so that's why I didn't include you in it yet. But for Bakugo, I will say I really love his battle sense and how he always finds a way to use his quirk effectively, even though it really shows his battle IQ in the midst of combat. Even though it's nasty, that's crazy, that's all it's sweat, but he finds a way to adequately use it in battle, whether it's needing to get somewhere really fast or creating explosions, or even one of the more unique ways is when he fights with this class and they fight Deku and Deku immediately uses smoke screen. Bro didn't even wait. Use this quirk to clear out the smoke so they could immediately find him, and they execute their plan immediately. He has great battle sense, maybe the best in My Hero Academia for keeping it a stack. One of my favorite Bakugo moments is when he and Shoto are were they babysitting or watching those kindergartners, right? And he has that really, I think it's my favorite moment of his in the whole series when he talks to the leader of those kindergartners that are running the rest of them ragged, and he sits on just telling them, he's like, look, man, don't look down on your classmates just because you have a better quirk, because he doesn't want him to end up where he was. I thought that entire conversation was very poignant and showcases Bakugo's growth as a character, and also trying to impart that onto the next generation was obviously very poignant and very works. And hopefully that kid understands what Bakugo was trying to tell him, so there's not another person like him. Bakugo works because he was able to make the transformation into what he is now, because he could have easily went the other way. Last but not least, it's his apology to Deku was so good, because he understands the burden that Deku has. Look, you have to do this. You've been saddled with this generational fight, and he doesn't tell him he's wrong. He's just like, look, man, we can help you out. And to be able to fully understand what he did early, and to be able to fully apologize to Deku. And it isn't just the apology, it's his actions after that, finally calling the man by his name. And even when he messes up, he's like, oh, my bad, Izuku, and being a true friend. Like, sure, we've seen it, but actually sticking to his apology was something very well done. Plus, it was able to come up, and it should probably be fully cemented when him and Deku take down Shiggy in the final arc. Those are 3 things I love about Bakugo.
I would like to veto all 3. Not enough glaze.
Not enough glaze. I don't that shit. That shit was not good, nigga. We vetoing that shit.
We just
Not
hate.
enough
Now
glaze.
we just hate.
That shit
Now
was
we
not
just
good
hate.
enough.
At least I wasn't like, well, I like how he makes me feel angry. I like how the character makes me feel. But now we hate on me because I actually took it seriously.
Yeah, we did take it
L
seriously.
tie. L tie.
If y'all would let me do Dragon Ball, I could be serious. But if you give me Bakugo, I'm not gonna tell you anything.
No, that's the point. Because it's supposed to be hard, Ty. No Diddy.
Facts.
No Diddy.
Come
No
on, bro.
Diddler. No Diddler.
ahead,
No
Lonnie.
I'm
Diddler.
spitting right now. Come on,
Come on,
Ty.
bro.
Lock in.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
What do you
Yeah,
mean,
Lonnie,
Lonnie?
bro.
Miles, go ahead.
Miles already went. It's your
You're
turn.
right.
Well, I'll go for real. I'll go for real after Lonnie. I thought put some thought into it.
I clearly put thought in mine. Mister, I like how he makes me feel. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Bro,
Ty's the
that's all you
worst.
expect you
I
get out of
agree.
me.
Ty's the worst.
Y'all don't understand. When I don't like a character, I really just genuinely hate the character.
I actually usually can find
Take a
something
pillow.
decent in
I can
everybody.
take a pillow and just sneak into the bedroom, and then pluck one of his hairs and give it to Lemillion. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Lemillion would be dead. He'd be dead in a year.
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't care.
He would be dead in a year.
Let's hear it. 3 things.
hey,
you like
hey,
about
Riddell.
We are losing.
Forecast
this
says it's
by 9.
thundering. It's thundering right now, Oklahoma.
It's down by 9. It's all right. We'll come back. Dude.
3
SGA? Is he out playing? Let me stop. Let me check.
3 things I like about Bichu.
Oh my god, bro. He's already slapped. He's not taking this seriously, bro.
No, I won't be serious. I'll be serious.
All right, so let's take it seriously.
I do like the fact that he does analyze his surroundings and the different people around him. Like you see the notebook he always has around him, when he's watching other people's fights and matches, how he's always jotting down notes. He's very knowledgeable, and I don't think people credit his tactics and his IQ enough. They just see he's a fighter, yada yada. But he is very knowledgeable and very intelligent, and I do like the way how he approaches some of his fights. I will say that. Number 2, I can't say anything about his personality. I do like the fact that he doesn't, when it comes to getting things done, he does go above and beyond. He doesn't care about sacrificing his body. He just cares about getting the mission done. I do respect that because that takes heart, that takes guts, or stupidity, depending on how you want to look at it. That's number 2. 3, I like how
Jesus Christ.
I'm really soul searching. I'm really soul searching because I was like something with All Might. No, I hate that. Something with Bakugo. No, I hate, like. There's just so much. I do like how nerd. I do like. All right, for instance, so like in the when they were in the camp area and like he had to go above and beyond to save that kid. I do like that moment. It showed just the greatness of Deku. You could say how he went like what times 1,000 or 1,000,000 or whatever he went. That was probably my favorite Deku moment because he just went above and beyond, and the way that the way that he has affected people in the My Hero verse, and when it came full circle, like when they all like allowed him to sleep or take a nap or whatever the fuck at the My Hero, like people like stood up for him, like the way that he affected people. I did appreciate that. I hated that he cried like a little bitch, but that's a different story. That's a different story. All right.
Okay, W. J-Rob, you got anything
Pillow.
nice you want to say about Itachi?
I said it already. I'm standing on
What?
what I said too. I mean, he got great abilities. I think he's a broken character in terms of what he's able to do from a fighting standpoint. I think his abilities are cool. To me, his Susanoo is the best looking one. I thought the red one was my favorite one. I guess he's a hero. He shoulders the burden of his villagers. You know, he chose. He's the guy who chooses his America over his family. And then I guess the other thing I could say is I do like the fact that he came back. I do like the fact that he came back and made sure gave Sasuke some closure, because in my eyes, he's one of the reasons why Sasuke was sent on a really dark path. And so I think the fact that he did right by his little brother at the end, at least by giving him closure and telling him that he loves him, and obviously with it doubling down the information that they had, I mean, that was nice. But I don't.
No, that was
Listen,
good. That was good.
Yeah.
So for this other one, we're not gonna do 3. We'll do one. One thing you dislike about your particular topic, and this time, let's whatchamacallit, let's not humor random, but let's listen to random. Let's take this seriously, right?
I got
I need
One
3
thing
from
we
random.
dislike.
I need 3 from random for all his crash outs. I need 3.
For all
No,
his
no,
crashes.
we'll do one because 3 might be a little difficult because obviously these are some of your favorite stuff. So
Wait, do you have
one
3
thing
random, or do you only have 1?
I can give you 3 if you want.
Can I go first?
Well, let me give everybody's options so everybody's on the same page. So
Alright.
my thing is one thing, something I dislike about Attack on Titan, my favorite series. Random is Rudius. Lonnie is Ken Kaneki. Miles is Luffy. J-Rob's Asagi. And Tai is Bakugo.
I'm telling you to give me Dragon Ball. He's not listening to me.
You want me to say
Like,
that?
Bakugo's harder.
Asagi.
Bakugo's harder for you.
I don't. But I'm being so serious. I don't have anything I dislike about him. I'm being so serious. So you're not gonna get an answer. That's what I'm saying. Just give me Dragon Ball. I can answer. I can give you an in-depth analysis of something I don't like about Dragon Ball. I don't know why we're doing this weird game. Like,
So he's
I'm
like,
sorry.
You even liked when he told Deku to go kill himself? That's crazy.
That was good characterization. What you mean? That it was. It literally was. It was. It was.
Okay,
That
it's
let me
not
off
wrong
of that.
though. It's not wrong though.
Was it
I'm
not good?
just saying. You could I wish you didn't say it.
No, I'm
Like-
happy he said it.
Yeah, I'm happy he said it too because I hate Deku. I was like, yeah.
Not for Lonnie's reasons. I'm talking for establishing the character. I thought was well done. Like, what do you mean?
I'm just saying. I'm like, I wish he didn't say it. I don't know.
Nah, I'm glad he said it.
He said what he said. He said it with his chest too.
Well, Brandon, we'll start off with you. Something you dislike about Rudius.
The biggest thing I dislike about Rudius, if we're keeping it 100% stack, is how deplorable the author made him. Because there's certain parts of the anime fandom or the internet that I just never gonna like him because of what he becomes from what happened to him, and to the point where misinformation flies out. Like, Rudius is not the first problematic main character in anime, so don't act like he is. But the fact that he was, I'm not going to say the word, but the fact that that's what he became in his previous life, and people are acting like he didn't pay for it, and he makes him so low, while that makes the story greater because you actually get to see him rise from that. It's just that you didn't need to make him as low as you needed to accomplish the same effect. So he's just so in a weird way, they're just not gonna it's just always gonna completely harm his character, even though when you're looking at his contemporaries, he might be the best well-written character. It's just that he's never going to be fully embraced, which is a shame because he really is a great character. It's just that if I want to be tying, say, his core wound or the thing, his characterization is so bad that you didn't need to go that far, but it helped. But it makes his journey that much sweeter.
I respect how Random was saying something you dislike and still ended up praising Rudius at the same time. I respect
You about to do that with Attack on Titan? Watch.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm gonna be objective.
But I definitely I got two more if you want them to.
Do we want to hear two more?
Go ahead.
All right, go for it.
So
I feel like the thing that you mentioned is kind of like we all get it already.
Mhm.
So let's hear some.
Sometimes he takes really unnecessarily bad risks in order to try to be the hero. For instance, when they're in the demon continent and him and Eris and Ruijerd are trying to save the other party, he tries to get that superhero like landing where, like, oh no, the character's about to die, and then the superhero shows up. It legitimately costs the life of another adventurer because he does that. And he doesn't just do that once, he does that a lot. Like, especially early in the story, trying to be, because he doesn't know any better. But even when to the point that he does know better, like a later point in the story, he ends up rescuing a pretty vital side character, but he does it in the worst way possible. So he always takes unnecessarily bad risks when he could always do it in a better way. And the last one is he's too pervy, bro. He's too pervy. Even after everything gets fixed, I'm like, bro, chill. I can't defend this, bro. I can't, because I understand this is part of that characterization. We see pervy characters all the time, but like the author of Mushoku Tensei was OD with it, and it's not even to, it's what he is now. And I get to the point where every time he was with Eris, as anybody who's watched the first season can tell you, he gets his ass beat by Eris. But then even after that, legitimately, when he meets the demon lord, when he gets his eye, I'm like, bro, how do you not continue to learn from this? Now, does he tone it down? Yes, he does. He clearly does. But even damn near the end of the story, I'm still doing stuff where I'm rolling my eyes because I'm like, bro, we're over here trying to like, this is the damn near the climax of the story. Why are you still doing this shit? Like, you don't got time for this. So he's also too pervy, even at certain points when he's clearly not. Even though the author tries to write around it or try to say, well, this is part of his character. You didn't need to do that. We're on volume 21, the climax of the story. Why are you still relying on these pervy things when legitimately you're trying to solve the biggest conflict? There you go.
All right, bet. I can go next. So something I dislike about Attack on Titan, and if y'all don't have three, we won't force it. We do have to move on, obviously. One thing I would say that, because I think Attack on Titan, I've said it before, I think it's a perfect series. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite series. Um, one thing is, like, even though I can kind of explain it, I do wish that they kind of gave a more elaborate explanation on the creation of the paths and the creation of like that worm type monster that obviously played into the Titans and turning into the Titan and all that stuff. I get what they were trying to say. Like I get the overall premise in terms of life and multiplication and um the need to like grow and all that stuff and evolving all that stuff. But I for something like this, I tend to not be a fan when people grab stuff outside of what is shown in the series to explain something. And although I think you can and it would make sense, I think you should have been a little bit more direct and had a little bit of a better explanation on how this went from obviously humanity getting created, life getting created, getting propagated to what it is to a certain evolutionary piece that is this worm type thing that caused another huge spike into the next level of humanity and then creating a path in the inner world. I wish that explanation was done better and a little bit more concrete. And I think that's probably the biggest issue I have with Attack on Titan and the biggest hole, not a hole, but something that's not explained to its best of its ability. So that's probably what I would criticize Attack on Titan for, or one dislike. All right, who wants to go next?
I gotta criticize Isagi. Go ahead, Ty.
Just one thing you dislike about Isagi.
Yeah, you know, you Jerry, go ahead.
Um, to be honest, one thing I don't like about Isagi, I'd say that nigga wasn't athletic from the start. If that nigga was athletic, he'd been high from the rip. That's really it. Cause I really like his character. I really don't have no flaws. Like I just feel like the one thing that maybe it may annoy me. Actually, you know what? I got one. The one thing about Isagi that did annoy me from the start is everything he learned at Blue Lock. Sometimes I feel like he took at face value, kind of like when he lost to Rin the first time, and when Ego was trying to explain to him, look, you know, he's such a smart ass sometimes, and not smart ass like he's smart, like he's being, you know, sarcastic or rude, like more like he's just so damn smart the way he thinks about everything. It's so black and white. I think some of that creativity in his game was kind of lacking just due to the fact that he thought about everything so analytically. But now, ever since that moment with the luck situation, I think it amplified the way he played soccer because I think he has that creativity. He understands that, yeah, I can think the game analytically and do this and that with the puzzle pieces and figure it all out, but still I got to do some fire shit too. Like the double revolver joint he just did, like that's him finding the creativity and the nuance and shit. So I think that's cool. But ultimately, that's probably the one thing I really didn't like about him at the start.
All right, who's up next?
I can go. The one thing that I don't like about Dragon Ball is I don't like that it broke the rising action after Resurrection of F. So like rising action is basically just the stakes continuously going higher. And one of my favorite books called Manga Theory and Practice says that rising action should never fall until you basically get to the climax and the end of the story. So like the stakes should continuously be going up like this until you get to your climax, your resolution, all that stuff. But I think from original Dragon Ball up to the beginning of Supers, which is with B.S.S, the stakes kept getting higher. First, it was like maybe you gotta get the force out Dragon Ball. Then it's I have to stop. I have to win the tournament. Then then it's like okay, we have to stop the Saiyans. Then we get the dynamic. Then it's Majin Buu. Now it's B.S.S. Like it keep winning like going like this. But then Universe 6 and 7 tournament, the stakes were nowhere near as high. And typically when stories break rise the action, that's literally typically the lowest part. Because I think subconsciously the audience loses interest. Like for example, you could take Naruto to Boruto, even though they're separate stories, people still view it as one because the stakes drop immediately after people lose interest. You could say maybe the Fullbringer arc, most of Bleach was leading up to Aizen. So then after Aizen, maybe the attention or the interest kind of drops, and then it picks back up with Thousand Blood War. Like imagine if One Piece ends, they find the One Piece, and now Luffy has to stop abandoning a village. People are like, who gives a shit? Like it's because the tension is just the tension and stakes are nowhere near where they used to be. So people lose interest. And I think that Super has that problem of like the stakes go up and then they go down, up, down. I think that's why it's not as to me as cohesive as OG Dragon Ball and Z. So that's probably my biggest issue.
We'll take it.
That was all right, Ty. That was good.
Man, he's so right. Resurrection of F. Like to
I
bring
think
Frieza
right
back
right
there.
after that, to the Universe 6-7 tournament, the Rising action fell, and that's Araki, the author of JoJo's, wrote the manga theory. In practice, he said that you should never do that, and they did it, and that's
What
why
was the point of that tournament again? Other than like,
it was Beerus and Champa wanted the Super Dragon Balls, but then Goku literally says, "Well, if we lose, Champa just becomes our God Strikes. It doesn't really matter." They literally told you that the stakes in that arc weren't there, which is a problem. You should never you should never tell your audience there are no stakes, because then they subconsciously lose interest.
short
So,
of meeting Hit and learning Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, those are
yeah,
the only two
I think it
significant things
works.
happening in that arc,
I
right?
think it works because it leads into the tournament of
Yes.
power, which is like, okay, now the universe, that's the right shit went up, because now the universe is at stake. But then right after that, you have the Broly, which is like, now the stakes kind of dip again, because like, how can you go bigger than the universe racing? So
Which is a shame because the Broly movie's great. It's
it
just
is,
that
it is.
Was
But I think, but that's why a lot of stories introduce like people like, we don't like hear about aliens, but the authors have to, you kind of have to go there if you've solved all the major conflicts
On
here.
Earth.
quick question.
You have to do that.
Quick question, Todd. So let's just say Resurrection F doesn't happen and they put Broly in its place. Would that have worked better for you?
I think yes, I think it would have been better. Like, it would have been a natural. Honestly, University vs. 7 tournament, just scrap it. Scrap it. We don't need it.
I'm one of those people. I don't.
Just,
I
think you should just scrap it. Like, you don't. It doesn't. I mean, it introduces some of the characters. I mean, it's. I see why it's needed, but I feel like it's not worth breaking Rising action. To me, it's not worth it.
I'm one of those people. I don't even think Frieza should have came back at all.
The only reason why I don't mind it is because it's because of his existence, the Rise action going back up, because now we're learning about how he's impacted most people in Universe 7. Because he has the most experience in that universe. So now we're expanding to people like Granola and things like that. Like, we're learning more about the universe through because he wanted to find Frieza. So I don't mind it from that standpoint, but I feel like they should scrap that. Honestly, you fight Frieza, and then I think the universe should be a lot like that, because you can't really go bigger than my universe of racing unless Frieza rules the universe, where I guess you can argue is just as bad, which I don't know. But,
I mean, right now he's the strongest.
yeah. So again, that's why I think it's going up again. So I just hope.
I mean, they're definitely playing into familiarity with characters that currently exist and using that to kind of launch their story. So we'll kind of have to see how everything plays with Dragon Ball Super currently, especially in this situation where they've defeated. Who was the last person they defeated? It was like Granola, right?
Granola and Gas.
Yes,
Granola and Gas. Like, that was as low as it low, but because the story is connected to Vegeta and Bardock, they're using that as a means to kind of launch their narrative. After them, and then obviously having Frieza, also another character that people are used to, that people might want to see again because they beat up Goku and Vegeta as a black Frieza. We'll see how that kind of plays out. But after Frieza, I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie.
what are you doing? Like, I don't know what you do
I want
moving forward.
to say this one last thing, and then we could go to Lonnie or Miles. Like, this might be the problem with some of these series moving forward. Like, someone brought a good point. Like, I don't think Dragon Ball may ever end, and I think that may be the case for like Boruto, for example. Like, Naruto series may never stop. I think they got to announce about the Hell arc. Maybe we might have a story Ichigo. So like, how? I don't know. Like, will these stories ever end? Will they, like? That's why people ask me, do I want to see that Full Metal? I'm like, no, I don't want that Full Metal. The story is wrapped up. It's good. Stay where it's at. I'm just wondering, will a lot of these like popular stories ever have a real ending, or they keep just pulling stuff out? I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I could agree with that. I don't think Pokemon is ever going to end. I think they're going to keep making generation after generation after generation.
Y'all think that Naruto series will ever end, like after Boruto? Because I thought Naruto did ending.
The reason why I think Boruto will end is because they introduced the pinnacle of jutsu, basically, with like the god that can do anything it wants. Once you introduce something like that, which technically Dragon Ball has too, but Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball did that with King Piccolo and like.
No, I'm talking about like. So I'm talking about like a King Xeno type. That's what Boruto is introduced, like a King Xeno type that can do anything.
But you know what though?
But King Xeno will never be an antagonist in Dragon Ball versus like Naruto. They actually have an antagonist that they're going after. So that's why I think
I can see it now, Riddell. Like, now, next thing you know, in the next series, the Momoshiki had an enemy alien race You know, they're
I ain't gonna
going
lie to you.
to.
I wouldn't be surprised because One Piece. If you looking at, you look at the Shonen Jump statistics right now. Like a lot of One Piece is consistent at the top. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out another series after One Piece because it's like your biggest, my biggest IP bringing in all this. I'm not. It might be a different journey. Might follow different. I would not be surprised. You're gonna get some light novels. You're gonna get a Zoro manga.
Oh, spinoffs
I'm
and shit.
telling
Sure.
you,
Yeah.
bro. There's
Yeah.
no way they're letting this be
Please
it.
don't give
One
it.
Piece.
Please don't
sure,
give me nothing that has to do with Ace, bro. Please.
Go
Please
Roger
don't
I like
do
the
it.
Ace
prequel.
stuff they-
We might need that. We
Leave-
need the
I'm-
Zoro.
I'm-
Ace already got a light
bro,
novel.
if
Bro.
y'all
Ace
think
already
that
got a
that-
He
light
got a
novel.
novel. He got a
Yeah.
novel.
Yeah, it's
Y'all-
good.
Zoro's
if
comes
y'all-
out. Zoro's
if
comes
y'all
out in the next few
think-
months, I think.
If y'all think that the biggest Shonen Jump cash cow, they're gonna just let her walk. They say, "Oh, come back."
That's a,
No.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let One Piece just go, bro.
No,
Nah,
Oda's
just
gonna be
go,
doing
bro.
One Piece till he dies.
Especially because like we talk about this, One Piece hasn't had a proper replacement yet. Like My Hero's about to end, JJK about to end. Like, nah,
They're
Oda
definitely
come
going
back.
by.
They're gonna be like,
They're
Oda,
going
come
by
back, bro.
committee after One Piece. Like they're gonna hope that a lot of they're gonna go by. Oh, we have a bunch of quality, but
Mhm.
overall, they're not gonna have the king that is One Piece anymore. They're just.
Well,
it
well
won't happen.
wouldn't they just all the mangas that are coming out now, they all end quicker. There's nothing that's gonna last that long. The only ones
Right.
that are like, I know it sounds because it's not a replacement. Kingdom is the only one that's gonna go has been going as long. Hajime no Ippo is the only one that's been going as long. We've said it. No new manga will have no fans will wait for something to go that long. Berserk is the only one that can go
I
that
don't think
long.
it's impossible.
I'm not thinking about longevity. I'm also thinking about
Definitely
sales
not impossible.
sales per year. So like, One Piece at its peak is selling over 10 million volumes a year. Can another manga do that? Is more so what I'm thinking.
I mean,
Oh,
JJK.
Probably not.
tough.
man,
That's
I don't
tough.
know.
You're gonna
Yeah,
need
And that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
Maybe it probably
I don't
won't,
know.
but I think that if a manga's like 50 volumes, but it's doing One Piece numbers, that I think that's what they're looking for. Like, can a manga sell that many copies? Probably not. But
Probably not.
Blue Lock did that last year. Blue Lock,
Demon Slayer beat that on
Blue-
sales one year.
Numbers
Blue
last
Lock, Blue
year.
Lock
I mean,
did that
there's
last year.
Blue Lock beat it out last year, but I think that's more the anomaly than the
Yeah,
Right,
it's
it is.
exceptional.
And also,
years
Demon Slayer
that-
beat it
that
out
happened.
too 1 year. So
But it's not going to be a common thing, right? It's just going to be like a 1 year, one off. You're having a really big year type thing, and that's what Demon Slayer and Blue Luck
They
had.
about to chain Oda to that desk.
Thanks. Miles
They
Lonnie.
said we
I
need
would.
we need 47
I
and
would.
1, bro.
Yeah, I know
47 and
my
1 from you.
philosophy. Yeah.
You get to see a family one for an hour every couple of
Yeah,
days. That's
bro.
it, bro.
Nah,
If I'm
they
signing
they.
Jump, I'm signing him to a 360 deal.
Yeah, Miles Lonnie. What's up? What's up?
My kind of lighthearted one. It's more so for the first half of One Piece than it is the latter. It was. I'm actually rewatching it with a friend right now, with two friends actually. We're at the end of Fishman Island right now. Um, I could say pre-time skip, I just felt like a lot of Luffy's his antics were true to character, but in some situations where I felt like the stakes were a little higher, it kind of detracted from what I was feeling. Um, One major moment was the whole reveal of Rob Lucci and all of them when there's like a countdown for him to get to the mansion and help Iceberg out. Him crashing through the wrong walls and going through the wrong windows and tumbling. I get it. It's supposed to be comedic. I understand where Oda's going like with it. But it kind of just kills the moment for me to think that he's about
Right.
to bust through the wall and he's in the wrong room and they have to grab him. Like, yo, you're in the wrong room, Luffy. They're over here. Um, it's like a minor pet peeve because I really don't have much negative to say about Luffy, in that regard. So that's the more minor one. The second one is a little bit more controversial, and I know Ty's gonna disagree with me on this one. Nah, you're gonna disagree with me. Um, Kind of similar to how Naruto um was revealed to be like the reincarnation of someone in the past who was destined to do something great or change the shape of the world. I kind of
Mhm.
don't like that Luffy's fruit was revealed to be the mythical Zoan uh god fruit. Just because I feel like in a lot of the situations that he had been through, yes, his creativity and all of those things still existed. I'm not gonna detract that from him, but finding out that he had some, really
OP
overpowered
fruit.
fruit has some like crazy implications. A lot of his stamina drawbacks that we thought were just force of will. We've seen a precedent that Zoan fruits provide you with extra stamina, provide you with extra durability, provide you a lot of these extra things where I feel like yes, Luffy is getting it out the mud. Yes, his will is helping him prevail, but he's always had that thing in the back that's been propelling him forward.
Right.
As far as a power system and all of those things, I think it's really cool. But I just think it kind of takes away from the journey, learning that, like, yo, this guy's a god. Like he is a god.
Like he broke, like he's broken. He's
Yeah,
literally
he's a
broken.
god. Yeah,
Fair.
that's where I'll leave it.
He's literally a god.
Lonnie, wrap it up, my boy.
Ken Kaneki.
Ken Kaneki.
How do I explain Ken Kaneki correctly? Ken Kaneki is one of the only characters that, like, there's maybe like 4 or 5 characters in like fiction that I can like really relate to, and Ken Kaneki is probably number 1 on that list. I don't know, none of you guys were doing the live watches, but like a lot of like the story and like hyperbole, I guess, is like, especially season 1, I like really related to, especially younger. Like when Char was watching it with me on stream, she's like, "Oh, Rize's this person for you. This person, that character." Like you can literally like name out the characters in terms of people in my life. And when it comes to Kaneki, his main flaw is his need, especially when I was like younger, his fear of solitude. And like his fear of solitude like made him, it was his greatest strength, but it was also his biggest weakness and the biggest thing that got in his way throughout the story. Because when you think about it, like the way that he approached Rize, the way that he approached some of these characters, it was more for like validation of his own existence. And it was, he always would go above and beyond for everybody. Like I would start the rumbling for any of y'all. But at the same time, there was a time in my life when I was younger, it was like, if you're my friend for a day, I'll probably start the rumbling for you too. But like that was that's Ken Kaneki, because he was like he's afraid of solitude. Like when he's getting tortured by Jason and he has to like all the shit with his mom and stuff like that. It's because like he's afraid of himself and he's afraid of his own existence. And it could be because parts of it, me and him are both fucked up, or we're just like that, yada yada yada. There's so many different reasons, but the fact that he would always hurt himself for the sake of others, and even if it was more beneficial to ask for help, he would still go out of his way to do things by himself. And I just felt like reading that, watching that, and then like having self-reflection, it made me like hate that part of myself. So I was able to fix that part of myself, but I still dislike Kaneki's faults in that. So I would say that's what I hate about Kaneki. So
all right, W. We got through the exercise, gentlemen. Shout out us, of course.
I feel good. I let a lot of things out about Gintama that I've been holding in.
I didn't get to say nothing negative about that.
I don't feel better.
I don't feel good at all. I don't feel good at all.
I have a plethora of things I can say about Itachi, punk ass, for real. Like, if we really want to get down to it. So I'm glad you came away.
Itachi
came away lighter, brother.
Hey, man,
Itachi is a snitch. He is a snitch.
I just did it to prove somebody in this wrong. That's all I did.
Like, you guys don't understand. I would fight Deku with his powers and all, and I would whoop his ass.
Random, who do you want to prove wrong, Random?
You, Ty.
Me?
You. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What I do?
Just because I don't like him does not mean I don't understand what he is as a character. I just don't like him.
I didn't say you. I didn't. What is it? I didn't say you said that or believe that.
Yeah, Random.
You was out here crying for me to say something about him.
No, because I knew it'd be funny and I enjoyed it.
He wanted to be entertained by your
Random. You're better than Ty. Ty's comments about Gintama were terrible.
They were real. I'm sorry.
You didn't get to say a single positive thing.
They were real. They were real.
Cheeks. I mean, it's real though. I mean,
how to say, Random, is your happiness not valuable?
Nope.
Not in this discussion.
Self-love, man. Self-love.
Self-love, bro.
With that said, that was a fun exercise. Maybe we'll do it again. Probably not. No. We're not going to do this again. To be honest, we're not.
Nah, I don't got much to say nice about Kuntachi.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But we wanted to